All right, folks, Cyberpunk is back, and we are still at QuakeCon 2003. Now, I've got a couple of lovely gents sitting next to me. This is John, this is Chris, and they are with Esports. These are the wonderful folks that we are partnering with this year. So let's just get right down to it. Tell us about Esports.
Well, Esports, we're really Esport Solutions.
Esport Solutions,
yeah,
right.
Right, but we are with Esports. That's what we do, is we do Esports. We run competitive video game tournaments for the BYOC for this year. We've done this, this will be the third year we've been contracted by ID Software to do this, to provide the BYOC with an opportunity to have some of their own stage time and feel like they're competing at high levels, and just give them something other than do and sit at their computer all day. They can come over and sit at our computers for a little bit. So we stream some of their matches. We try to promote different games that maybe you don't see a lot, and that are even different than Quake, and right. ID Software has been very receptive to that, and that's kind of what we do.
That's fantastic. We were talking to Chancellor a while ago about the fact that pro gamers are now being considered professional athletes, and he mentioned the fact that you had to, don't snicker, stay in shape to play your video games. As far as like the industry goes, do you think this is kind of a game changer that they're being considered professional athletes now?
I mean, for many of us, we've always considered them professional and athletes, but they're e-athletes, electronic athletes. But when he says stay fit or stay in shape, he's absolutely right. The best gamers at what they do really are the ones that stay in fit, because I think that helps mentally with everything.
Right.
And you are starting to see that. You're never going to get past the stigma that gamers are simply heavy set in their parents' basement. But you'll never probably get past that stigma. But the point is that some of the best players in the world, they do stay fit physically, and they are the best at what they do, and they compete. And to me, an athlete is somebody that plays at a high level and is competitive. And whether it's, who can throw the ping pong into the ball the most, or who can play a video game the best, or who can shoot a basketball the best, it's still all competition, it's still sports, and I think that people are starting to see competitive gaming as a legitimate competitive sport. Whether it's what you consider to be a traditional athlete, somebody that works out and is fit, there's plenty of baseball players that are more heavy than others. So, to say that you have to be physically fit to be considered an athlete, I think is not correct. And I think people are starting to kind of catch on to that.
You think that's going to change the industry?
I think it will a little bit, but I think some of the things that will change the industry more so than that are just people's perception that what we're doing is a legitimate structure, that it leads to a champion, that the champion is paid, that there's I think what makes sports in America especially successful is that there's a growth program. There's Little League to select games to playing in high school. There's a natural process to get to be a professional gamer,
right,
and our professional athlete. And I think once we get more of that structure in esports, people outside of this industry will start to see it as a legitimate profession, whether they still think of it as real athletes, or think of it as the same in the sentence as NHL hockey, or probably will not happen, but they'll see gaming as a legitimate opportunity to compete at a high level and make a living.
Especially if you start you've been in there in that VR rig that guy's got.
Yeah.
Man, you got to be in shape to get in that pod and run around. I mean, that could really start coming into play, where you got to be more physically fit. You start playing that kind of stuff.
Now people forget, it still requires. Look at ping pong.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be physically fit because you're playing for a long time.
Those
right?
Chinese are crazy at that ping pong, boy. They're everywhere.
I'm not even sure if they're playing at the table. They're so far back from
it. Right.
But that game is really all about hand-eye coordination, right? And a lot of these games require a lot of hand-eye coordination.
Yes.
And not just that, but the mental aptitude to be able to think through a process. Look, the StarCraft 2, for instance, it's a chess game in a video game. It is literally a moving, fast-paced, real-time strategy chess game. And to say that somebody, and then to be able to move your fingers at actions per minute, APMs, to be able to move it at high level, and don't quote me, but like 400 to 500 actions per minute. with your fingers. Yes, it is just your fingers. And it's not like he's lifting things, working out with his fingers. But these guys, they actually do get real injuries, carpal tunnel and eyesight problems. So it's just a different version of an athlete, in my opinion. But it's real. It's absolutely real.
All right, pass the microphone over to Chris there. All right, sir. State your name, rank, and serial number right there in the camera.
Well, I'm Chris, and partnered with John, and this is my first event in the esports industry.
Really? What do you think?
It's amazing. Honestly. It's amazing. I have never seen this many machines of this quality, and people are. It just blows my mind. And I've told my son, I've sent him 150 pictures already because it's just hard for me to comprehend this many people doing this and being here for 72 hours and doing this. It's amazing to me.
Especially the fact that they live on pizza and balls for 3 days solid.
Well, yeah, but,
And no sleep.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah. But John and I have known each other for a few years, and it's been a treat and something that I've enjoyed, and I can understand John's passion about esports. I am more physical sports oriented, but I am very passionate about that. I am not an athlete, but I am passionate about that. And I can see where his passion comes into this, because there's plus 3,000 people here with the same passion.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
Just looking at some of the case mods out here in the BYOC. You got to be an athlete
to carry them in.
That's true. That's true.
They do. I mean, I see people.
When they've got the things that turn them into a backpack.
Yeah.
And the computer and the monitors hanging over their head, and they got all the peripherals hanging off.
Right, and who would have ever thought that you could put water with electronics in it?
That still scares me a little bit.
Yeah.
They look awesome.
Oh, yeah, and they have scenes inside of them.
I know, the one from Hoth?
Yeah. And Star Wars?
Yeah.
Those are cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
it's great.
What do you do for Esport Solutions? What is your official title?
I am mainly processes, trying to take all of this in for first time and try to help John develop a process and his team develop a process that we can replicate and improve on every single time we host an event, and to grow the company and to be able to host our own events, and to make sure that we provide quality to the industry, and that's what we really like to do.
Cool. So where are you from?
I'm from Omaha.
Okay, Omaha, another one.
We,
all right.
We kind of hang out together.
Excellent.
And John plays soccer where I play soccer, and it's been a fun adventure so far.
As I was telling Jenna, Nebraska is the home state of Captain James Tiberius Kirk.
Correct. That is our major claim to fame.
Awesome.
It's been great. I really enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing these finals and to seeing some of these guys that are the high-level pros do their stuff.
So what's the big game you guys are running?
You realize you've interviewed 4 people from Omaha in a row today.
Chase?
Chances also? That's right. He said he was from Omaha. That's right.
Yeah, so see?
Wow.
Nebraska is representing. The Midwest is representing.
Interviewed 4? Wow. Did you guys leave the light on?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
There are more people than 4 there.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm thinking of Montana. All right. What's the big game you guys are doing this year?
We're doing several big games actually. We've been able to partner with some developers. We're doing some Takedown and Recoil, which come from 505 Games. We're doing Smite. And
I love Smite.
Smite's a great game. For me, it's a combination of an FPS and a MOBA, which are both MOBAs huge right now. We're doing Smite and Tribes, old school Tribes.
Love Tribes.
It's the new one.
Love Tribes.
We're doing Warframe, and this game is
That's the one that we were watching earlier. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe I'm just getting old, but I don't 100% understand that game. I saw a bunch of ghosts running in circles, and then people would yell, and there'd be an explosion.
It's really an interesting game. It's the movement on it is really cool, and then just the idea behind the game is the setup of it is really interesting. It's a good game. I've had a chance to actually play it. So let's see. It's at Rico. Trying to think through some of the others. Shoot Mania, which is Shoot Mania and Track Mania. Those are both great. We're working with Ubisoft and doing some things for them. And Loadout. This one's interesting. It's a first-person shooter game, but it's all about building your weapon. And you can, with all these combinations, you can actually put your own weapon together. And I asked the guys, I said, so you're telling me I can sit there and I can put a weapon together, and if it doesn't work right, it will blow myself up? And he said, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can just design all of these different weapons.
Awesome.
And then you get into an arena and you fight with your new made weapon. And you hope that it doesn't blow yourself up. So it's an interesting game too. Then of course we're running League of Legends and StarCraft 2, and of course we're running Quake stuff. We are at QuakeCon.
Right.
They're running obviously a lot of the main events, but we're going to run Quake stuff. This is QuakeCon. So
awesome. So what tournaments, what prizes you got coming up?
We have a lot of prizes. Razer graciously came in. They partnered with us, and they brought over $3,000 in product pricing to give out.
It's an impressive stack over there.
It is. It's dwindling a little bit because we started giving them out. But yeah, absolutely. They've been providing us with pricing all weekend, helping us promote it. We'd like to get it promoted a little bit more, a little bit better. But they're helping us do a lot of it, and I think it's good. I mean, a lot of good pricing going on. A lot of the vendors will normally give us some pricing. It's been a little slim pickings this year, but we've been able to provide pricing for most of the tournaments that we're running, and we'll continue to do so. As long as someone brings us a T-shirt to hand out, or a T-shirt to give out for pricing, we'll do it. So I just found a box actually in the bag. We got lots of T-shirts we can be handing out, so we'll do some of that.
Cool.
Yep.
Right on. See, guys, you are missing out. If you are not at QuakeCon, you're clearly somewhere else, but you need to be here.
Yes.
All right. Anything else got going on?
No, I mean, we encourage people to definitely visit esportsolutions.com. You'll notice the site is very much in web and very much in beta version. We're actually still working on it right now, getting some assets on it. But definitely esports, the Facebook page is Facebook.com/esport, Facebook.com/esport solutions. And it's esport, not esports, esport solutions.
Esport.
And follow us on Twitter at eSport Solutions.
Do you have a Twitter?
Yes.
And what is that?
eSport Solutions.
Okay.
eSport Solutions.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. All right, guys. This is John. That's Chris. And we're here at QuakeCon. You guys need to come check it out.
Thank you.
You're welcome, guys.